It's new shoe day. No, not for me. This hasn't turned into a sneaker channel. Project Pocket Rocket is finally getting some new wheels. Yeah, baby! They're not like my dream wheels and the wheels that I want for like the final end of the build. However, they're like 1,500 quid. It's the standard MX5 and 1,500 quid, that's pretty much a turbo kit. So we're not fitting that sort of wheel yet. But after hunting around for quite a long time looking for like a nice cheaper alternative, I finally decided on these wheels, and luckily a set popped up on Marketplace in the colour that I wanted. Actually, that's a funny story. I wasn't sure whether I was actually going to admit this on camera, but it is funny. I drove all the way to get these wheels, picked them up, came home, I gave them a clean, and two of them were a darker shade of the colour that I got. So I actually picked these wheels up a while ago, but obviously I had to get them resprayed so they were all the same colour, which I don't know is a good thing because now they're in really good condition and I'm a little bit worried about messing them up. But I would be a lot more worried if the wheels cost me 1,500 quid and that all happens. So beggars can't be choosers. And then obviously the wheels had to be wrapped in tyres as well, but a big shout out to my friend Dan because he got that all sorted and they were literally done within a couple days, and they are really good tyres, but I won't reveal what ones yet. So just hold on to them comments listing every single better tyre than the ones I put on. But obviously I'm very, very excited to get these on, and you have waited long enough. So I would like to finally introduce you to my new wheels. That is right, we have gone for the stunning TE37s. Now, I'm obviously kidding, but we didn't cheap out. We went for genuine Japan Racing 3s. At the moment, the end goal is to get Werkmeister S1s. They look absolutely unreal. I've seen really, really nice MX5 builds with them on, but my one is not worthy of them wheels yet. And I was looking around for ages for cheaper alternatives, what cheaper wheels will look good on MX5s, and I've seen a few of them with these on, and out of all of them, I really think these are the best looking ones. So these are JR3s wrapped in PS3s. These two are brand new tyres. These two are part one, but I bought them off my friend, and they're practically brand new tyres. So they're 15x8J on 195/50/15 tyres. At the moment on my car, I have 16s on, so we're actually going down a size in diameter, and I'm pretty sure they are 6.5J or 7J on the original wheels, so we're going wider as well. If you ask me why I went for 15-inch wheels, it is literally down to the fact that whenever I looked at my car, I thought 16s just looked a tiny little bit too big for MX5s. I mean, we'll see how it looks on the car. I'm sure it's going to look great, but it does mean that I do need to adjust the coilovers a little bit and raise the car up because I can barely get over speed bumps as it is. But there is only one way to find out how this is going to turn out, and that's to just shut up and get started. So my previous wheels were on 205, 45, 16 tyres. So although we're going down to a 15-inch wheel, the tyre wall is actually thicker. Now keep that in mind, because if I really thought about it when I first started fitting the wheels, I probably could have saved myself a lot more time. Now once I got the wheel and the 30mm spacer that I was rocking off, it was time to adjust the coilovers and raise the car. I'm going to test how it looks just going up a centimetre on the coilover, because I'm not sure how much you adjust the coilover actually correlates to the car. Then I just had to put the spigot rings on, and it was time for the moment of truth to see if we've got to go through all of that again. Ooh. God, that was close. Oh, it looks so good. I mean, the fitment by no means is perfect, but it will do for now. I probably will go a little bit lower just to sort that fitment out, but for now I'm probably going to fit them all at a similar height and see how it looks and drives once it's all settled. Because obviously where we're going for a smaller wheel, that would naturally bring the car lower to the ground, and I already scrape enough as it is. But then it is a thicker tyre wall than my last tyres, so will that balance it out? But like I said, we'll fit the rest of them and go from there, because that's just the beauty of having adjustable coilovers on. Plus, we are on a downward slope and my arches are not in the greatest condition, so I don't really want that chewing up the tyre before I get that sorted. Don't worry, I'm not tightening my wheels with a ratchet. The sockets for the breaker bar don't actually fit into the little holes here, so I'm literally just tightening it with this, so then I can lower it, and then later I'll put the, what's it called, the little extension onto the breaker bar, and then use them to properly tighten it. But I'm going to use a clip of me doing it anyway for the TikTok video I'm going to make of this to see how many people we can piss off. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to want to go a bit lower. Starting to look like an NC MX5 here. But like I said, it could just be because we're on an upslope, so we'll see how the fronts turn out and see how it looks when it's on flat ground. And fingers crossed, we don't have to go through all of that again. So I've just had a bit of a revelation, and I don't know why I didn't think to do this before I started doing the wheels. So I finished doing that wheel, so I had one more left to do, and then it struck me. Before I decided how much to raise the coilovers, why did I not measure the original wheels and compare them to the size of the new wheels with the tyre on, so the edge of the tyre to the edge of the tyre, and really find out whether or not that tyre wall counteracted the difference in diameter. Because it turns out they're pretty much the same size, like almost to a T, which means we didn't really need to race the car at all. I kept the front left on what it was on before, and then I took it out onto the flat surface, and yeah, I didn't need to raise it. And the rear definitely needs to come back down. Honestly, I'm such an idiot, but yeah, now I've just got to crack on with lowering it. Good job it stays light until like 8:30 now. I know. See why I told you to keep that in mind, but it is fine. And I know it can go a lot lower, and there's a lot of builds that are lower, but this car was never meant to be a show car. It's an MX5. It's meant to be fun to drive, and I enjoy going down back roads without absolutely smashing the bottom of my car. But I do want it to look good too. And just like that, the car is finished. I say just like that, I mean after I readjusted the coilovers just to set them back exactly how they were, because I didn't need to do it in the first place. There is one more thing to do, and that, of course, is to fit the infamous black, white and red JR centre caps. And what's good about these is that they all still have the protective film on the front, you can kind of see there. So once I rip that off, you know, they're pretty much brand new. I'm classing it as brand new. I do apologise because I've somehow managed to get extremely messy just doing a simple task. I've literally managed to get it on my face somehow. But that won't stop me, because I'm going to go test out the wheels to make sure nothing falls off by taking us to a nice romantic setting, if I can find one. And hopefully this beautiful sunset, which is about to happen, will prove good lighting to show you how nice the car looks now. So let's go see if we can find a place and hope that none of these wheels fall off. We have made it here in one piece. I have found somewhere somewhat picturesque. I don't think anything fell off. We're still alive, so that's all that matters. At first, the tyres literally sounded like they were sticking to the floor. I was a little bit worried because I wasn't used to that noise, but I just gathered it was that, and then the noise went away after a while. But yeah, like I said, I've done my best to find somewhere as picturesque as possible for these clips. So without further ado, I would like to welcome you guys to my new wheels. Now I've got this anxiety till I curb it for the first time. It looks even better than I thought it would. As you saw, I've had 30mm spacers on for God knows how long, and I was a bit worried that the fitment would be a little bit worse, but honestly, I think it's better. And that's obviously down to the fact they're 8J, but the meatier tyres make it look so nice. One thing I should mention when you are buying MX5 wheels is to keep in mind what brake setup you have. There is a reason why the sport models come on 16-inch wheels, and I'll show you. I don't think it's just the sports. I think other Mark 2.5 models have them as well, but they actually have bigger brakes. So obviously they come on 16-inch wheels, and some 15-inch wheels, and I'm pretty sure all 14-inch wheels don't actually fit over them. I mean, these are 15x8 ET32, I want to say, and you can just see there's not a lot of clearance there in between the caliper and the wheel. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're watching this and you own an MX5. You don't want to spend loads of money on wheels and then them not fit. But let me know what you think of the new wheels. Do you prefer these ones? Do you prefer the old ones? You might. And what is your opinion on having rep wheels? I can guarantee there'll be a few comments either on this video or on the TikTok or even on the Instagram. But I will welcome all of them with open arms because I just don't care. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope you all have a great day. Remember, small wheel the world. Actually, I don't know if they're that small. But anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.